is official. Singapore's hawker culture is now on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage list. Now, the news has come at the 15th session of the Intergovernmental Committee that has been tasked with making the decision. The recognition means Singapore will have to submit a report to UNESCO every 6 years, tracking efforts to safeguard hawker culture. A 12-member evaluation body last month recommended the bid, noting that hawker culture is an integral way of life in Singapore.
I thank all our hawkers and all Singaporeans for their overwhelming support of this nomination. Today's inscription reminds us of the values of resilience, adaptability, and unity, which have become even more important this year in the fight against COVID-19. We pledge to do our part to safeguard our intangible cultural heritage, as well as to contribute to the dialogue and collaboration in line with the spirit of the convention.
Melissa Goh is joining us live from one of Singapore's more famous hawker centres, Newton Food Centre. Mel, tell us, what does this inscription mean for Singapore?
Yes, indeed. This is a historic moment for Singapore. You know, it's the first on the Intangible Cultural Heritage list, and this is over 2 years in the making now. So, you know, it's not only good news for all the foodies out there, it really reaffirms the value of hawker culture in Singapore, and it's more importantly a national commitment towards safeguarding this very treasure. And, you know, right now I'm here at Newton Food Centre to get a feel of what it's all about, you know, and soak myself in the atmosphere. And it's one of Singapore's major hawker centres. You know, it has over 80 stalls and almost 5 decades of history. Even just standing here, you know, you can smell the barbecued chicken wings, you can see the nasi goreng stall and the carrot cake, and even Singapore's most famous chili crab, all right here under one roof. And so for the past 2 hours now, I've been standing by and awaiting the results of the UNESCO Heritage listing with 2 of the seasoned hawkers here at Newton Food Centre. You know, we have Mr. To. Mr. To runs a chicken wing stall here at the hawker centre, as well as Sonu, who runs a North Indian cuisine stall also here. So, Mr. To, can you tell us, you know, how do you feel about this win, and, you know, what is hawker culture to you truly?
Yeah, we are very happy that we have won this heritage, and to all the storeholders, they will be very happy because everybody nominate the firm. And hawker, I think hawker culture is part of Singaporean identity. It's the place where all walk of life people come to enjoy hawker food, chit chat, and have a good time. And with this win, you will attract more tourists, aspire young people to come into hawker trade.
Understand. And Sonu, how about you? We'd love to hear from you as well.
Well, I am so happy, and we are all very happy. We heard the news, so we have won. Thank you. That is so good. And about the culture, I will say I'm really happy to work with my mom. I'm actually helping her all the way through. So I get to see a lot of customers coming in, foreigners, local, and there's a lot of food to be tried over here. And it's a good time with family or friends. You can eat all kind of food. You can try the local food. There's a lot yummy. I really love it. I've tried all the stalls. It's very nice. And yes, I will say I'm very happy for it.
Definitely very good news. And, you know, as you can tell, Singapore's hawker culture is more than just about the food alone. You know, it provides Singaporeans with a very strong sense of identity, and it also, you know, is also about the space and the community aspects of it as well. And, you know, hopefully with this inscription, it will mean that it will inject a new lease of life into a sector that's being increasingly threatened with a lack of interest from young hawkers as well. So hopefully this will inject a new lease of life and preserve this culture, this intangible cultural heritage for the many generations to enjoy and appreciate.
Okay, thanks for that, Melissa Goh, speaking to us from Newton Food Centre. Now we are joined live by Minister for Culture, Community and Youth, Edwin Tong. Minister, thanks for joining us this evening. Firstly, what is the significance of this recognition for Singapore?
Well, first of all, we are so incredibly honoured to receive this recognition. I want to thank UNESCO, all our hawkers and Singaporeans, all our officers who made this happen over the past 2 or 3 years or so. This inscription gives international recognition to our hawkers, past, present, and also future ones, and of course also recognizes our rich food culture. It's an important achievement for us because our hawker culture is really a powerful representation of who we are as people in multicultural Singapore. And if you walk into any hawker center, you'll find different stalls with different food, different sellers, serving a myriad of different people from different races, from all walks of life, all seated side by side, shoulder to shoulder. And I think that's what it means for us. It means recognition of that culture, our nation's identity, and of course, a shared sense of our heritage and social fabric as well.
Now, Minister, with the UNESCO, with the hawker culture being placed on the UNESCO list, how do you plan to continue to celebrate and even preserve this very intangible treasure?
Well, our hawkers have worked very hard at it. They've honed their craft over many years and they've built up a trade. And it really is up to all of us now in Singapore to look after it, to cherish it, to nurture it, so that succeeding generations of Singaporeans can continue to enjoy it. The government is committed to safeguarding the hawker industry, the hawker trade, and of course to safeguarding it and also furthering it as well. And we have plans in place to help hawkers and also help the retiring ones to pass on their heritage. But really it's also up to all of us as we patronize, we support and we appreciate our hawkers. All of us have a part to play, and I look forward to recognizing our hawkers in far bigger ways.
Many thanks for that, Minister for Culture, Community and Youth, Edwin Tong, speaking with us there. Now, far from being a flash in the pan, the journey to this point here has been a marathon, not a sprint. It's been more than 2 years in the making. The community was engaged in the decision-making process right from the start. Hawker culture emerged the winner, consistently highlighted as a defining aspect of Singapore's identity. It was deemed to best represent a multicultural heritage. Now, the UNESCO nomination attracted more than 850,000 pledges and had the support of more than 110 hawker centres. Students and community groups drummed up support with initiatives like a travelling exhibition. Singapore submitted its nomination to UNESCO in 2019, and last month, an evaluation body recommended that the committee in charge of the verdict say yes.